Schwing, good afternoon. Glad to see you all here. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. Wicked Crafter. Tally 420. I seen she said catch you on the replay. See you later, Tally. See you on the replay. Don't worry, Haza. Linguipster, also likely going to be on the replay gang. Totally fine. We love our replay gang. Don't worry, Haza. You didn't get a notification? Shameful. Oh, thank you, Linguipster. I just read your comment. Tally says, before she exited chat, Tally said, "Oh, I love these DMs that Sean never addressed. The best is the nursery. Like that is ever going to happen. They can't even keep chickens alive. These two are not fit for taking care of anything." Thank you, Tally. Salada, our Panda Perpetual Pondu. Hello, Becca James. Shelly Ray, Max, Stephanie Fauntleroy. Nice to see you. Imagine having the short and curlies as your parent step parent. God help you. And Jesus wept. That's a banger. Emotional support muffin. Hello, Liz. Stephanie. Oh, there went my chat. Ami. Hey, Ms. Monster. Sky Fury. D. Ruby. Glamour Mayhem. Nice to see you as always. Gothic. Hello, Kimberly. Margie. Kimberlina. Catacorn. Abby Joe. Oh, there it went. Oh, it's gone. Hey, Tina B, last minute Laura. Eggs and milk stumbled upon. Jasmine, thank you so much for being a member for 21 months. Swing, made it to live. Glad to see you. Comfort 1970. Been a member for 20 months. Shamrocks, indeed. Happy memberversary to you as well. Hey, Lindsay. Hey, girl. Hippie Peace. Maritz's Live. Rainy in the Desert. Sam Tastic. Ooh, Porch Pool Entertainment. I love it. Hey, Layla. Just lurking. Nice to see you. Oh my goodness. Do I have a treat for you all today? I have a couple of treats for you all. It's going to be great. Oh my gosh. First though, I want to put my thumbnail on the board because she's a banger. Uno momento, por favor. Look at that. It's titled Mandy Hates Sean's Kids. And the title of today's stream is MandiATX hates Sean's kids, but it's okay. He does too. Hey, Gucci Gang Gamer Girl. Moonbeam Lightning Face. Hey, girl. You know, all I ever hear about these days, I know hippie piece. I didn't want to get dinged for the word. The actual image is of Sean holding the sign that says "I'm fucking stupid." I don't get dinged for that, so I figured, fine, it plays. Hey, Pink Warrior, Poison Candy Apple, how you doing? Christy, Sky Fairy is a member for 19 months. 19 months of pure quality entertainment and USPS approved merchandise. Thank you so much, Sky Fury, for your support. Shamrock Glitter Bomb. Christy, we are just getting started. You're not even late. I've covered everything that we're going to talk about today. I've covered before, but I do enjoy it. And I know that not everybody's seen it. So, I figured why not? Why not? Zero regrets. Thank you so much for the super chat. Very, very generous of you. Please go take your girl for a nice time out. Love you both. I will. I shall. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Zero regrets. Before we get into Mandy and Sean, though, just a few housekeeping items. Did you guys see that old hunch over there, Mr. Ronnie P himself, got his Instagram hacked? Did you see that? You know how you might not know, but he's always talking about how he's investing in this stock market and Bitcoin and crypto this, and he tries to come off as if, he's super, super smart with the day trading, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Well, he must have went and signed up for some money-making scheme because he's done got his Instagram hacked. Hold on. I had it pulled up, but then I closed it. Look at this. Where'd it go? Dang it. There it is. All right, hold on. This is so funny. Let me go to my profile because I think I have. Here it is. Okay, so hold on. I need to take that off. There we go. Here is Alex Glitter's Twitter. Is that the one I want to share? Hold on. Yeah, it is. Okay. So she posted says, Zero Regret says, meanwhile, been on social forever and it never been hacked. Oh my God. I just saw this one. I didn't even see that. Do you guys know who Maria Demo is? That's funny as shit. Rockin' Demo. Who said that? Missy. Too funny. Okay, so Alex Glitter posted this yesterday. This is Ronnie P's IG, and it's definitely his IG. It's not like a imposter or anything. Hey, Tragic. Hellfire, nice to see you. Stephanie's JK, good to see you as well. K Buns, hello. Wicked Crafter, did I say hi to you? Lisa Simpson, you're here too. Great, great. Everybody's here. Good. All right. Anyway, this is Ronnie P's Instagram, and it says officially electrified. I joined the Tesla Club today. Thank you to all of my very close friends, family, and to my amazing coach at Kimberly, blah, blah, blah. Now, I was highly suspect of this just immediately. And there was instant speculation that Clara had bought Ron a freaking Tesla. And I was like, no, no, no. I just, no, no. And then I read that. I was like, that don't sound like Ron. You know, I feel as if not only myself, but Yaba as well. I feel as if we are subject matter experts when it comes to Mr. P. Corbin. And I just, this was not giving me Ron vibes, right? So I was like, I'm going to have to check this out for myself. Hey, Shaner K, nice to see you. Evelyn. Hello, Evelyn. Is that my Evelyn? Is that OGDC Evelyn? If so, hello, nice to see you. So I go over to the IG and there's another post. Not only is somebody posting on Ronnie P's IG that he got himself a Tesla, but they were also posting something about their new house in Vegas. And this is one of the posts. This is where I was like, "Oh my God, he's hacked." So this is on the post where he's showing this new house in not Vegas, Los Angeles. The one and only OGDC Evelyn. So nice to see you. Sometimes you change your name, so I'm unsure. So this is part of the post about the house. It says it's been an interesting moment working with my coach. Also, the use of these emojis and the use of the emojis here, if you can see them, that was also a dead giveaway. Oh, that's kind of bigger. Ron doesn't use emojis like that. He also does not thank God or anybody but himself for his, even if they are not real accomplishments. He's not going to thank anybody. But this is where I realized, oh my God, Ronnie P, he done went and signed him up for some money making scheme and got his ass hacked on the IG. If you're looking to achieve financial success with crypto investment, I highlight that right there. I was like, wow. Yeah, her expertise and strategies have helped me make significant profits in a short period of time. So anyway, Ronnie P's IG got hacked. RIP Ronnie P's IG. I love that for him. What a fucking jabroni. This is before we get to Mandy and Sean, there's just one more thing I wanted to look at. This is on Twitter. It has nothing to do with anything. I just happened upon this. I guess some lady, maybe her babysitter, let her kid eat 11 packs of fruit snacks and she was getting shit over it for how many. Oh, look, there's Mary Cab down there in the comments. Maybe that's why I see it. Anyway, I thought this was absolutely fucking hilarious. So she has opened 11 packs of gummy bears so she can actually count how many individual gummy bears there are in 11 packs of gummy bears. And I don't know. It tickled the shit out of me as a mother and a grandmother. So I wanted to watch it with you all.
Okay, so I'm here to show you what 11 packs of the Black Forest gummy bears actually look like. This is my best TikTok voice. So here on the table, I've emptied out 10 packs. 10 packs. I thought it would be boring.
She literally opened 10 packs of gummy bears and laid them out in nice, neat rows. I imagine these are rows of 10. I don't know why, but I'm just so tickled by this. I'm fascinated. This is absolutely something I would do. Apocalypse Punch says he claimed last night on Rumble it was from a Ticketmaster breach, but he messed with crypto and got hacked. Yeah, he messed with crypto and got hacked. You fucking financial Stock market genius wizard you.
to show
Can be.
you emptying out all of them, but I'll empty out the last one for you so that you can see that I'm not lying. That there are only 7 tiny little gummy bears.
7 gummy bears per pack. Addicted to cold brew. Thank you so much for being a member for 7 months. Another month going into the negative, bitches. Don't you disappear like that again on us, ma'am. I'm so sorry. It's so funny because I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. It just didn't occur to me that so much time had gone since I last streamed because I'm just busy every day. Like nuts. Busy nuts. Summertime's crazy, man.
This is the amount that the internet is telling me that I should. Well, a lot of people are telling me that I should not have children because I would allow my child to eat 11 packs of gummy bears, but I wouldn't. But that I would allow a babysitter to give him 11 packs of gummy bears. Okay, see, I'm thinking about it. They all have about 7 in them. You can see, and then I'm going to show you how many gummy bears this is, and it is kind of a lot, but it's like 77 gummy bears, and then
It's 77 gummy bears.
Okay, are you ready?
This is a lot.
There they are.
She shows the gummy bears.
I
was so tickled by that. But what got me even further was this follow-up post where she says people are requesting a photo of the gummy bears in a bag. So here you go with a standard size pencil for scale. She didn't just open 11 packs of gummy bears and lay them out in rows of 10 to show everybody how many gummy bears her kid ate. She then further entertained the internet by putting them into a little Ziploc bag, putting a pencil next to it for scale, and taking a picture. I fucking love this shit. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think I would puke if I personally ate that many gummy bears, but what do you know? You know, what do I know? That was so funny. Okay, anyway. That was fun. Ron's a muggle, not a mogul. All right, so back to you, Mandi. Always a good time. This is an oldie but goodie. Mandi, I hope you're watching. I know you got family in town, but I really hope you're watching because I want you to see just how ridiculously stupid you are and look. This short Mandi put on her channel literally like a day before and remember when she ended up in the hospital for like some, I don't know, iron deficiency or something. I believe it was the same day or the day after I first did the live stream showing all those text messages between her and Angela where she was talking mad shit about Sean's daughter. Don't worry, we're going to show them again today and read every delicious word. But yeah, that happened and then she suddenly got really, really sick and she was in the hospital. Or maybe it was when we were I don't know. Maybe it was when we were visiting the Facebook page for what was it? Altrusa. I don't know. Maybe it was then. I don't know. Anyway, that was all around the same time. But I just wanted you guys to see how disturbed this person is. So this is Mandi. All right. This is Sean's third wife, Mandi, and Trisha, his second wife. Now, this was like last year, so 2023. So they had been together, what, 4 years at this point? Hold on a second. Sorry. They had been together 4 years at this point. 4 years. Tell us what exactly. Can y'all see this? Oh, it's not sharing it. Hold on. Tell me what exactly. Hold on. Why is my phone doing that? Give me a second. Okay. Tell me what exactly we're supposed to think about this. I'm just going to shut up and let it play. And then I want to know what your thoughts in the chat are about this. So just so we're clear and there's no question of who the players are. Let me start playing it. Hold on. Okay. So this is Trisha. This is Sean's second wife. This is on Mrs. ATX channel. It's a short. I think it's still on there. And this was sometime last year.
I just want to say that I love
There's
you.
Mandi.
And I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. My heart. I love you. I love you. And I thank you for the privilege and the opportunity to be a dumbass and to be there. But I survived all of that. I just want to say that
We're just gonna watch it again. I know Mandy, I'm sure you're watching, and if not, she'll catch the replay or somebody will send her the clip. Please address this. I know how much you guys you know, like to talk about everything you hear us say and do over here. Could you address this, please? In fact, this whole stream, Mandy and Sean. The next time you go live, it's fine. I understand you've got family in town or whatever. When you come back from your little vacay with your family or whatever, could you please address these things? Starting with this, starting with Mandy, why do you think it is a sane, healthy, normal thing for you to be this fucking obsessed with your husband's ex-wife that 4 years into your relationship with your husband, this is the shit you're doing on the internet?
love
Address it.
you. I just want to say that I love you. And I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. My heart. I love you. I love you. And I thank you for the privilege and the opportunity to be a dumbass and to be
Did you see your crowd on? Did you watch this back before you posted it on your YouTube, Mandy? I've gotta know. Hold on, that one's going in the file. Look at that. Look at this face. The nerve of you. No shame at all whatsoever.
and to be there.
All right. Anyway, that was fun. We would like an explanation of that, Mandy. I want an explanation for this. What's your justification for this behavior? So what if your husband's ex-wife is on the internet crying and whatever it is she's doing, pouring her heart out to the internet? So what? Why, first of all, why are you watching it? Second of all, why are you making this weird TikTok like reaction short thing and putting what is this? A hashtag parody? That's not a parody. Histrionic is one of Mandy's favorite words. Hashtag fake cry. This is your brain on stolen pills. Lane Webster says, she scares me if I'm being frank. You should be scared of this absolute fucking psycho. This one right here. An absolute psycho. Okay. Hold on a second. I'm not gonna play that. Oops. Oh, did I close the wrong thing? It's fine. It's totally fine. All right, where's my little file? I need to open my screenshots. All right, so you know how you hear so much, especially from the Grift Gang. And yes, Mandy and Sean are Grift Gang. You hear so much about how they can't believe that that Yaba's with me because I called her kids unfortunate looking brats back in 2017 before we knew each other, before I knew the kids, you know, when we were just arguing and fighting, slinging mud or whatever for no reason. They love to bring that up. Well, these screenshots are from 2022, I believe. So Mandy and Sean were already married. And not only were Mandy and Sean married during the time when these text messages were exchanged between Mandith and Angela. That's where I got them from. They are from Angela. Not only were they married and had been married for like 2 years at that point, but Sean's daughter, the daughter that she's talking about in these messages, was living with them. Kimby said, I love that her chicken legs man no longer has money for her to put in her bra. MandiATX says, I'm not as thinky as you high I am. It's so obsessed and mean spirited. I agree, Fauntleroy. She looks like she's wasting away. Well, she was. In her defense, according to her, she was very sick. It was a iron deficiency or something. She definitely was not looking well, which is shocking because in fact, let me pull that back up. As her husband, hold on. How could he not take one look at her and be like, you don't look well. You should probably go to the doctor. I should take you to urgent care, minimum. Minimum. If this was my spouse and they looked as pale and sickly as she does here, I would have them at the doctor, the emergency room, the urgent care, something, seeking some sort of medical attention. Not Sean. That's too bad. All right, anyway. Why don't you let that sink in there for a minute, Mandy? All right, I'm not sure if these are going to be in order, so let me see. No, hold on. Wait, which one is it? I can never tell. It covers it up. No, that's not it. Hold on. Mm, let me do it like this. Okay. All right. Oh, wait, where'd my chat go? Here it is. Okay, so this is 2022. I don't know exactly the date, but it was sometime in 2022. I got these screenshots from Angela back in February of 2023. So this wasn't that long ago. Great YouTube handle. Oof. Every time I see that screenshot, I just think she was trying to get pregnant. What? She looks Victorian, wasting away, disease, frail. Oh, Faith's Dragon. That's crazy. That sucks. Glad you're here, though. The clap, no. I don't know, some sort of iron deficiency. He doesn't look beyond his own nose. He absolutely does not. He's they always want to label Trisha a narcissist, which she may be. I really don't know, but takes one to know one. Mandy and Sean are like the world's biggest narcissists, in my opinion. Anyway, so yeah, this, as you can see, this is when I got it. Um, February 19th, 2023 is when I got this screenshot. Why is it showing it like that? That's weird. Oh, I think I presented that. Hold on. Is it this one? No. Damn it, Samantha. I did. Okay, let's do it. Oh no, it is that one. Okay, anyway, whatever. So this is Mandy on the top left, and this is Angela down here. Mandy says, I do too. She needs to get out of that fourth bedroom because it's going to be a nursery when I get pregnant. I don't want her dirty, stank ass in my house with a new baby. So this was definitely when they were living in Georgia because their apartment in Texas was a 3-bedroom. And that house they're living in, that rental modular is a 4-bedroom. So it's just them. It's just Mandy and Sean. They live in a 4-bedroom modular. And there wasn't enough room for Sean's adult daughter to stay there. Look what she calls her, though. A dirty, stank ass. She needs to get out of that 4th bedroom. It's gonna be a nursery when I get pregnant. I don't want her dirty, stank ass in my house with a new baby. This is your stepdaughter, Mandith. This is Sean's daughter. Remember I told you guys yesterday how Sean's mom is a therapist, and when one of Sean's daughters was 16, she came out as gay. So they sent her to live with his mom so she could conversion therapy the gay out of her. Same kid. That poor kid has literally been abused and mistreated their whole life from what I understand. And now, even now, can't catch a break. As an adult, her wicked stepmother is horrible to her and calls her horrible names. This is how Mandy really feels about Sean's daughter. How sad is that? Yes, Luna, 4 bedrooms, but no room for Sean's daughter. And Mandy doesn't want her there because she's a dirty, stank ass. And she doesn't want her in her house with a new baby. A new baby, by the way, that never came and never will come. Never going to happen. They're never having a baby. I don't know why they even started talking. Well, I mean, we've known since 2019 when they first started talking about that shit. She was never going to have a baby. I don't know why they were even saying that. Oh, that's right. I remember. Because somehow, for some reason, Mandy thought that that would make Trisha jealous if she had Sean's baby. If Trisha wanted to have a baby with Sean, Trisha was married to him for like 10 years. She could have had a baby with Sean. She didn't want to have a baby with Sean, and kudos to Trisha for that. If you strapped yourself down with a baby at you and Sean's age, Sean's baby at that, the only person you'd be hurting is yourself. Joke's on you. Toxic woman says, "Oh no, Sam, I'm at work and your tone of voice is so relaxed. I'm gonna fall asleep." Oh, toxic woman, stay awake. No, Mandy, your stink box isn't supposed to smell like that. Kangaroo mommy. I mean, listen, I think they did like a phone consultation with a fertility doctor when they still lived in Texas during COVID. And then I think they've done another consultation since they've been in Georgia recently, I think. And I only think that because she was talking about it again. That's all they're doing. Panda says, "I don't know how TT is surviving." You mean right now, currently? I don't either. I don't know what the situation is. I kind of half talked to her a little bit, but she was busy and I was busy. No, Brioche. They moved away from Texas let me think. They got together in 2019. They wrapped their divorces up, I think, by August of 2020, got married in September of 2020, and then I believe it was that December she schlepped him across the country to Georgia. They lived with his parents for like a year and then got the 4-bedroom rental. Sam, when we were at odds, you said Mandy would be on the prowl for me, and then she makes up me hitting on her recently. How did you know that would happen? Is she that big of a skank? Yes. She's that big of a skank. She's that big of a snake. Absolutely. When Mandy was married to Brian, Sean's not the first person that Mandy betrayed her first husband and the sanctity of her marriage with. Mandy was a little hoe. She used to hook up with the dudes she worked with. She had this job. She was civilian, but it was for the military, like where she like, I don't know, processed like veterans benefits or something like that. And they used to send her all over the state of Texas. And no, not just her though. Like, there would be a couple of them from the office. They would send out to various bases, I guess, to like be in person to, I don't know, answer questions about benefits or help the enlisted with their benefits or whatever. Anyway, and it would usually be like 2 or 3 days and overnight and whatever. Yeah, she used to hook up with dudes when she was out on those. At least that's what she told me. I don't know. One guy's name was Gil, and he looked like you would expect a Gil to look for sure. She's on the search for her first orgasm. She'll find the right guy eventually. It's a numbers game. Too funny. They probably have nothing to talk about besides Trisha and bashing his kids. Exactly. Exactly. Anyway, anyway, here she is calling Sean's daughter a dirty stank ass, does not want her in her house. She says she needs to get out. And these have been shown on the internet. Mandy and Sean watch all of my streams, especially when I'm talking about them. Hi, Sean. How you doing? Sean, are you ever going to address this? Are you ever going to address the horrible, awful things that your wife said about your daughter while she was living under your roof with you and your third wife? Oh, but please tell me more about how back in 2017, I called Yaba's kids unfortunate looking brats. I want to hear more about that, since you're never going to address the text messages between Mandy and Angela where she said these horrible things about your children. Yes, please just tell us more about how I called Yaba's kids unfortunate looking brats before I ever met them, before she and I ever became friends or anything else. All right, hold on. Let's see. Oh God, this one's really bad. You guys think that one was bad? This one's really bad. Look. Is it this one? I don't know why I'm getting confused. Yep, there it is. All right. See, look, it's Mandy. It's definitely a message with Mandy. I know, Fauntleroy. Imagine sleeping next to someone who is saying that about your child right now. But see, and I keep thinking that, and I keep thinking, gosh, Sean, how can you stay with your with your wife and live with her and sleep next to her when this is how she feels about your kids. Like, those are your kids, man, you know? But then I remember Sean don't like his kids neither. Sean didn't raise his kids. Sean took off and left his, I believe, is it 2 or 3 daughters? I can't remember. I have to think about it. But yeah, he left the kids with his first wife. He didn't stick around to raise them. Hey, Kelly Jean, nice to see you. So that's why he tolerates it. That's why he doesn't have a problem with it. That's why he won't address it or speak on it, because the only thing he could possibly say on it is, "Yeah, well, I really don't care because I don't like my fucking kids either." You know? Mandi didn't really raise her kids. Her husband had to raise those kids because she was drunk or on drugs their entire childhood. She didn't, go to rehab for the final time until literally the day her daughter graduated from high school, for Christ's sake, like, you know? And Megan Fox says he can't remember how many kids he has. No shit. Indy, nice to see you. Faith Dragon says Sean seems like the type to expect someone else to do all the work and walk around in the world's greatest dad shirt. That's exactly who Sean is. You nailed it, Faith Dragon. Megan Fox says, my opinion, she's using. I know, great YouTube handle. I think she meant doesn't. Her typos are out of this world. Matter of fact, hold on. Did I screenshot it on here? Let me see. No, it must be on my phone. I was looking at her old community tab posts. I think it was that. I don't know. I seen something where, yeah, it was a community tab post where she's like thanking everyone for the stream, and like she butchered it so bad. It was classic high Mandi. It really was. Hey, just Aileen. Nice to see you. The kind of deadbeats tell their child the phone works 2 ways. All right. So anyway, here's another one between Mandi and Angela. Speaking of stupid shit, I want to stepdaughter of mine to move out. LOL. I think she means I want that stepdaughter of mine to move out. LOL. She's lazy. She's annoying. She has no social skills and she thinks she knows everything about everything, which she doesn't. And I'm like, if you're 20 years old and you know all the answers, and why are you living with us and working at Olive Garden? 20 years old, living with her dad and stepmom, working at Olive Garden. That's pretty fucking typical. Also pretty fucking typical is a 20-year-old thinking they know everything. Sean, are you going to address this? Are you going to address your wife talking to somebody from the internet and text messages about your daughter and saying the following? She's lazy. She's annoying. She has no social skills. And she thinks she knows everything about everything, which, by the way, this particular daughter is also, she's autistic. Sean is open about that. He talks about it publicly and freely. He talks about all his and his family's personal business way more than he should. So that's, yeah. So here's Mandi, mother and stepmother, wife of the century, talking about her 20-year-old autistic stepdaughter, calling her lazy, annoying, and saying she has no social skills. She probably just corrected Mandi on something she got wrong per usual, and Mandi got pissy over it. Probably Faith's Dragon. Right, but Mandi has social skills, right, Holly Big Mac? Give me a fucking break. I know, Luna, right? Fucking yikes. Fauntleroy says, hey, leave Olive Garden out of this. One of my daughters worked at Olive Garden for quite some time, actually, in high school. Even after high school, she worked there. I know, Holly Big Mac. It's very upsetting. Lazy, annoying, no social skills. Mandi is teaching her well. I just cannot believe that she spoke like this about her stepdaughter. I mean, she loves Sean so much, supposedly, according to her, if she's to be believed, but she absolutely cannot stand his kids. That's crazy. Hey, Jamie Carpenter. Nice to see you. Hey, Cassandra. I know. Shame on you, Mandi. This is disgusting. And Sean has never addressed it. They will address literally everything that is said about them on the internet. They are aware of everything. They watch everything. They wanna make you believe that they don't, but they do. But for whatever reason, Sean just absolutely will not address these text messages, and then, like I said, this is not the first time, that we've reviewed them. Is it, Shawnee? No, it's not. Is there more? Of course there's more. Alright, here's Mandy saying, "Right." She thought she was going to come into our house and straight up chill when she said, "Oh, I don't think I'm gonna go to school. I want to work full time." It was like, "All right, we'll get to going." And she said, "Now I thought I had 6 to 9 months." I said, "Not if you're not going to school. You could get yourself an apartment. You like to brag about how much money you and your" and I'll finish that. It was "you and your boyfriend make." Mm-mm-mm. So for whatever reason, this daughter of Sean's was under the impression that she would have 6 to 9 months to live there and get on her feet. Apparently, she didn't get a good enough job at the Olive Garden for Mandy, and Mandy was telling her to get out. Now, realistically, what kind of a position do you think that Sean's autistic 20-year-old daughter was in? She didn't live there very long at all before Mandy started her shit and wanted her out. So, like, logistically, how is that really supposed to work? If the girl's working at Olive Garden, 20 years old, she's not making a whole lot of money. She's thinking she's got 6 to 9 months to work and save up to move out. And here she is, like, 2 weeks into it, and Mandy's telling her she needs to get out because she doesn't have a good enough job. Crazy. Tell us more about how you're mother of the year. So, I love to hear more about that. All right. What was that? 1, 2, 3. What's this one? Oh, here's the rest of it. Uh-huh. And if there was any doubt as to who she was talking about, she goes on to also talk shit on her mother. She says, "Not going to school, you could get yourself an apartment. You like to brag about how much money you and your boyfriend make or make an extra buck in service job. No parents pay rent." Like, are you high? And then she goes on to say she's totally a little Jessica. Do you know who that is right in our community? She's talking about Jessica is her stepmom. Jessica is Sean's baby mama. And look at that. Jessica is Sean as in Sean's ex. I never liked Jessica. She was always slurring. Yeah, she's talking about Sean's ex. She's talking about the mother of Sean's children. Hey, Sammy Activity. Thank you so much for being a member for 13 months. Forever a Basic Betty. Hey, Boo. Happy I caught you live. I'm glad you're here too. Mhm. No, living on your own is not cheap. And this girl's 20 years old trying to get on her feet. Hey, Megan Fox. Oh, you're saying hi to Sammy Activity. That's so funny. My family calls me Sammy. There you go. Now you know. So I'm used to responding to Sammy. Okay. But wait, there's more. So, Sean was with Trisha for 10 years. And when Sean met Trisha, she already had 2 children. She had a son and a daughter. I don't know the son's name, to be honest, but the daughter's name's Becca. I think Trisha's son is a little bit older than Becca, so, like, they weren't, like, 8 and 9 years old or whatever, the 2 of them when, Sean and Trisha got together, but I know Becca was 8, when Trisha and Sean got married. Trisha's daughter, Becca, was 8 years old, and they were together for 10 years, so they were together till Becca was 18, which is basically her whole childhood. So, when Trisha threw Sean out, and Sean went and crawled up under Mandi because he needed to be bailed out yet again in life by a woman. Um, well, the whole thing played out on the internet, including his divorce. And there was a lot of shit that had to be worked through. And poor Becca got caught in the middle of all of that. But it's just crazy though, because like Sean was married to Becca's mom, Trisha, literally Becca's whole childhood. So he was her stepdad from 8 to 18. Like, I don't know about you guys, but that's pretty significant because like Becca's dad was not in her life as far as I understand. So Sean was like the only father figure she really had in her life. And boy, as soon as Trisha threw Sean out and he moved on to a new woman, it's like Becca didn't even exist. It's like Becca was like the scum on the bottom of his shoe. And that poor girl got treated so badly. Yes, Megan Fox. Hey Girl Hey says, played daddy, then fucked her over when he was finished with her mother. Disgusting. Exactly. Matter of fact, let's put that on the board. Couldn't have said it better, and I didn't. Wait, what does that cover up down there? And the other, no, it's fine. Okay, so Becca is Sean's daughter. And this is Angela telling Mandi Becca was trying to call Sean. She's blocked. And the reason why Angela knows that is because Becca was coming on YouTube for a little while there. Yes, P-Day, Sean took her car away. So much like his own daughter at 20 years old was just trying to get on her feet and find her way in the adult world when Mandi was being horrible to her, and ultimately Mandi kicked her out. Literally kicked her out, and she had nowhere to go. Sean did the same thing to Trisha's daughter, Becca, was horrible to her, did not care that she was 18 years old, trying to take college classes and using this car that, I mean, yeah, the car was in Sean's name, but Sean didn't need that car. Sean had a car. Mandi had a car. Everybody had a car. There was no reason for Sean and Mandi to take that car from her, but they did. Ain't that something? So this is Angela saying Becca was trying to call Sean. She's blocked. So Becca, Trisha's daughter, Sean's former stepdaughter, was trying to call her stepdad, and she had been blocked. And Mandi says, really? Live she tried? Angela says, not live. She tried to call him today. Mandi says, let me tell you something. If he unblocks and talks to her, I'm going to pitch a fit. I want nothing to do with her or her stupid mother. And with one comes the other. Really, Mandi, you want nothing to do with Becca's mother? I can't tell. Just go look at her channel. All she ever talks about is Trisha. Go look at the Dramatic Pause, which, by the way, that Dramatic Pause YouTube channel is Mandi. She can't even hide it anymore. Why? Because this same person, Angela, outed her. And I have those text messages. I just don't have them in this particular file because whatever. I wanted to show you the text about the kids. But there's text in here where Mandi's telling Angela, go check out what I just posted on Dramatic Pause. Like there's several text messages where Mandi is telling Angela about whatever she posted on Dramatic Pause today or whatever. Like that's the Dramatic Pause account is Mandi. And that whole entire account, and we'll look at it, Dramatic Pause is nothing but Trisha. Nothing but fucking Trisha to this day, present day. But here she is saying that if Sean unblocks his stepdaughter that he raised from age 8 to 18 and talks to her, that she's going to pitch a fit. Says she wants nothing to do with her or her stupid mother, and with one comes the other. I can't tell you want nothing to do with her mother. I can't tell. Hold on. Let's go to Dramatic Pause. Look at this. Oh, hold on. I have to bring it up. Look at this YouTube channel. This is Mandi. Okay. This channel was started July 6th, 2020. So that was like a year after her and Sean got together. Their divorces weren't final yet. Or I don't know, Mandy's might have been. I think Mandy was in the middle of the bankruptcy. Anyway, about it. Look at this. Don't forget to check out the short reels. Have a screenshot or clip you want to get to me. We love OGDC vintage clips. Please email to dramaticpause2020@gmail.com. First of all, you're confused. The Trisha Hate Train and the OGDC are two separate sectors. They are not the same, never have been. This channel is all about Trisha. This channel, Dramatic Pause, has nothing to do with fucking OGDC. God. 1.18 thousand subscribers. 1.18. Oh, wait, that's not what I wanted. Damn it. Hopefully my other package got delivered too. Anyway, let's see. Videos. What's the most recent? 4 weeks ago is the most recent video. This is about look, and you honestly you don't even need to see the screenshots between Mandy and Angela proving that Mandy is behind this channel. You can just look at it. Mandy has a very distinct style when she like does her video editing and her graphics and all that. And this just it screams Mandy. Oh wait, Tragic, I'm sorry, I didn't see your question. Hold on. I gotta find it. Oh, can I hear the full story of Ronaldo and Sean living together? Because the story changes every time I hear it from them. I don't think Ron and Sean lived together. Sean visited Ron several times back in the day. I can tell you, I think the story you're looking for, though, is probably the night that there was a lot of drinking and drugs going on at Ron's apartment back when he lived in the government housing. And it was when he was having this like YouTuber get together. He used to like host, you know, like, I don't know, he'd have, was it called? Not meet and greets, but he would literally let people that he only knew from the internet come to his government apartment and they would like stream it for like 2 or 3 days or whatever. And it was just a bunch of like drinking and drugs and just strangers from the internet. But this one particular time, Sean was there. Witty Widow was there. There were a couple people there that are still around. And Ron like passed out. And meanwhile, his kid, yeah, his son, Little Negs, who was like 8 or 9 years old at the time, my hand to God. And we've actually heard this story directly from Sean's mouth. I could probably pull it up. But it was little Slade. He was probably 8 or 9 years old, and Ron had fucked off and went to bed, passed out. Meanwhile, according to Sean ended up in the bedroom, just him and little Negs. According to Sean, they were playing video games. Now, the reason why Sean made a point of telling everybody that part where he was alone in a room with little Negs is because he was saying that was during the time when, and it was seen on live stream, that it was like the middle of the night, somebody pulled a gun. So there was drinking, drugs, a gun was brought out, and like it was seen on live stream. Anybody watching the live stream seen it. The whole situation got chaotic and out of control while Ron was passed out in a bedroom, and his 8-year-old autistic son was in a bedroom with a man that he only knew from the internet, while other drunk adults were out in the living room brandishing weapons. All of that happened. For one, I seen it myself on the live stream. For two, Sean Curley himself has told that story out of his own mouth. Megan Fox seen it too. There's a couple people in here who probably saw that live when it happened. Didn't Sean, when he got kicked out, take TT's meds before meeting Mandy? Yes. When Trisha kicked Sean out, Sean always insisted on getting, I need my stuff. I need my stuff. So, of course, Mandy, Trisha would let him get his stuff. And she would usually stay live streaming while he was going in and out of the house getting his stuff, mostly for her protection. P-Day saw it as well. Mostly for her own protection. She would be on live and on camera. And yeah, he went in the bathroom and took all of her medication, and she never saw that medication again. He took it with him. So anyway, this is Dramatic Pause. So tell us more about how you want nothing to do so much so that you want nothing to do with Trisha, that you forbade your husband from having any contact with her daughter who he raised her entire childhood. Tell us more. Hey, look, that's when me and Trisha met and had lunch together at the Cracker Barrel in Scottsburg, Indiana. I think that was in 2020. Look at this. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. There's also parts of here of there's like clips on here where it is Mandi screen recording. She's using her Mrs. ATX to screen record, and you can literally see that it's her screen recording because it says, like chat publicly as Mrs. ATX. Look at this. Tell us how you don't want anything to do with your husband's ex-wife, please. Literally. Are you shitting me? That's great. All right. Anyway. Absolutely batshit. Ronaldo told me in his mid-20s he was dating a 16-year-old whose dad was a cop. Really? I don't know. He might have. Stole her dress and her undies. Sure did. She told Joss that the dramatic pause account wasn't her. Why would she lie to Joss like that? Don't make me go find the screenshot. Because I have those screenshots where she is telling Angela to go check out the dramatic pause account because she uploaded this or she uploaded that. In fact, I think in one of those screenshots, she said something about how she was outed as being dramatic pause, but she doesn't care. All right, let me see what else. That wasn't the only message about Becca, his stepdaughter. Let me pull up the other ones. So that message goes on. Sean, are you going to address this? Let me guess. No. So this is Mandi again talking about Becca. I hate her. She showed up in that court ready to fuck him over. LOL. Angela says that's true. Mandi says, you know me, I'm pretty easygoing with fuckery, but not when it comes to Beast or Beast 2.0. Beast is what Mandi calls Trisha, and then she's calling her daughter, Sean's stepdaughter, Beast 2.0. Angela says, I didn't know you didn't want them to talk since you offered for her to come live with y'all today. This is the sick shit that Mandi does. And when I tell you that Mandi is the sickest motherfucker, she is the most dirty, nasty, low down, snake, rat, just absolute vile, most disgusting human being I have ever encountered. This is what I mean. So Mandi, for what, and don't forget, Becca's like 18 years old. Okay. She's not a grown ass woman. She's a teenager. She's the one who the only dad she ever had, is divorcing her mom. She's having to witness all the shit that her mom's going through, all of the abuse that she endured at Sean's hands, not only while they were married, but after. And Mandi goes on YouTube and offers to let Becca come and live with them. Angela says it right here. I didn't know you didn't want them to talk since you offered for her to come live with y'all today. Oh, one can only wonder what Mandi had to say in response to that. Let's see. Oh, wait, this isn't the one. Hold on. I think it's this one. Oh, it was on Twitter. She did that. Okay, hold on. And she thinks it's really funny. So I guess this is what Mandi says. She says, I didn't know you didn't want them to talk since you offered for her to come live with y'all today. Mandi says she must have thought my tweet was for real. Laughing emoji, laughing emoji. How sick is that? What the hell did Becca ever do to her? And the screenshot before this where she says that Becca showed up to court ready to fuck Sean over, that's absolutely not true and not what happened. And this is from their own mouth. They have told the story. So I'm not understanding, why Mandi says that it went two totally different ways. They've told the story first when they first went to court, right after court, and they went live and told the story about it. They said that Becca did the right thing and that Becca would not lie for her mom, and Becca didn't lie for her mom. But then when Mandi is doing horrible, awful, vindictive, just sick shit to Becca, then all of a sudden she justifies it by saying, well, she showed up to court that day ready to fuck Sean over. No, she didn't. In fact, Becca probably could have said a lot of things in court that day that were true that would have made the whole EPO thing go in Trisha's favor, and she didn't. Tell us Trisha makes you jealous and insecure without telling us, Mandi, you fucking loser. That's right. Hey, girl. Hey, that was a banger. Thank you for that. Okay, hold on. Where's that last one? Look at this shit. She's dead ass. Mandi is dead ass. She is not kidding. She says, then don't tell him to unblock her. And Mandi says, this is the catty bitch in me. If I look at his phone later, see she has been unblocked, hell hath no fury. This is very telling in itself. Sean, are you aware that your third wife checks your phone? Specifically, that she was planning to check your phone later this evening, specifically looking to see if you had unblocked your stepdaughter in your contacts. If I look at his phone later and see that she's been unblocked, hell hath no fury. How frequently is your wife checking your phone, Sean? How do you feel about that? Are you okay with that? I mean, me personally, like if y'all were to walk in here at any point and be like, let me see your phone, here you go. Like, I have no problem with my wife looking at my phone, but she wouldn't because she has no reason to, because she has absolutely no reason to distrust me or feel like she needs to check up on me. Certainly not where my children are concerned. Are you fucking kidding me? Abso-fucking-lutely not. Brioche says Mandi is Sean's karma. She is the biggest degenerate with zero sense of humor or personality or depth. Mm-hmm. Of course he's fine with it. He's a cuck. Angela says, hey, it's your marriage. You got to do what makes you happy. No judgments here. Oh, well, we're judging you, Mandith. We are judging you hardcore. I love that. I love knowing that Mandi is so insecure that she is checking her husband's phone to make sure that he did not unblock his stepdaughter. And he's not the one who blocked his stepdaughter. She went into his phone and blocked his stepdaughter in his contacts. She did that. And then told him, you better not fucking unblock her. Because she doesn't want anything to do with her or her mother. Can't tell. We've seen your Dramatic Pause channel. We've seen your Twitter. We've seen it all. Ain't that something? Okay, so listen. I have more text messages, but I'm not going to go look for them right now. Hold on. Miscellaneous MFW screenshots. Oh, wait, did we look at all that stuff? Okay, you know what I found yesterday after my live stream? I was going back through those old screenshots around that time that I got those screenshots from MFW, and I did find some other things that I found interesting. For example, this is a DM between me and Diane Patchen. If you don't know who Diane Patchen is, she used to be in the OGDC. She had a pretty successful channel. She got run off because I exposed her for basically exploiting kids with cancer and raising money in the name of kids with cancer, and then she pocketed the money. She did not forward the donos to St. Jude like she had told her audience she would. Instead, she pocketed that shit. Sound familiar? Kind of like how old Beg Linda exploited the death of 3 kids' father and raised money in their name and then kept it for herself. Crazy how that's an ongoing thing on the internet, isn't it? Anyway, so this you can see it's dated April 15th, 2020. And this was after I got the text messages from Katie MFW between Katie and Mandy. You should cover some of the MFN videos. They're a good time. They are tragic, and I will for sure. MFW claims she is the one who exposed that. That's a fucking lie. That's a lie. I have all the videos on my channel still. Every live stream I did about it, every video I did about it, they're private, but I have them. There's not a soul on the planet that will stand up and back that up. That was 100% me. I was on Diane's ass back in the day. Mhm. Didn't Tally or you act like you were Diane when someone came looking for her in like November, December? No, not Diane. That was Irish Marie. Oh, good time. Anyway, 2 dots, Diane. I said Diane. Mind you, me and Diane were not friends at this point. I was on her ass. April 2020, I was on her ass, but it didn't matter. I wanted to nail Mandy, so I go to Diane. I said, Diane, I have screenshots of MandiATX saying she's going into your stream to troll you as your dead sister, saying she wanted to see how long it would take to trigger you. Diane says, what? Look at that, 1:45 in the morning. Never change, Diane. She said, what? I want to see it. How would she know my sister's name? And then she says, of course it triggers me. That's why I can't watch Katie because she reminds me of my sister and it scares me to death. Crying face. See how bad she hurt Diane Patchen? Nobody cares. You know what the craziest part about that was? So then Diane and Wendy go on to do a live stream. And here I am thinking, like, because I gave them the screenshots. And here I got my popcorn ready. I'm waiting to see Diane and Wendy and Randy call MandiATX to task about trolling Diane with her dead sister and hurting her so much. And those jabronis get up there and they pin it all on Katie. They tell the story that it was Katie trolling Diane as her dead sister. And I'm like, so I even have the screenshots where like I was texting Wendy while they were alive. I was like, you dumb bitch. It was Mandy, not Katie. Oh, it was great. Anyway, that was good shit. Let me see. Anyway, whatever. Hold on. Where is Okay, so this is the last thing I want to play. It's gonna be I'm gonna mute myself and just let it play because this is actually a re-upload of one of my live streams from 2020 where I was covering Mandy and Sean. And this is them talking about ridiculing domestic violence victims and saying what DV victims do and don't do. It's great. Watch.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. I'll post it later, I promise.
The judge, she's going to post this clip. You can do it in the community maybe or on Twitter.
Oh, I probably, well, it's like
do both.
I could show it right now and hold it up to the thing if they want.
It's a woman who.
Do you want me to play it, you guys? I can hold the iPad.
What you have is you have a woman that got a man with a prior record. He had a prior record too of domestic violence. Got him arrested. She had her day in court.
Hold on, they want to see it. Is that cool?
Yeah, and I'm just going to give them the background.
Well, they're going to give you the background.
Okay, all right.
Is that cool?
That's fine.
Okay, because I don't want them to know the secret ending of it.
Right.
Okay, hold on, guys. Hold on. Are you sure that's okay? I didn't mean to say you couldn't say it. I just want them to see.
A lot of people would wonder why was the judge admonishing her. It's because when you cry wolf and you get the attention of the DA and you get the attention of the authorities and you have your day in court and you don't show up.
Did you hear him say he just said it again twice now. When you cry wolf and you get the attention of the DA and the court, when you cry wolf. So now Sean's called the girl a liar too. Put a 1 in the chat. No. Just type yes or no in the fucking chat. Yes, if you were here earlier and you watched this or you saw it when they did it live. But a yes if you've already watched this clip. and put a no if you haven't. I gotta know. I gotta know who's seen this shit already and who hasn't. For real. Yeah, but I thought you were taking a nap. Secret ending. She's so giddy that the fucking judge arrested the victim. Yeah. Sonia's not seen it. Computer Blue, no. Watcher, no. Nicole, no. Ms. Audrey, please stay this time, Ms. Audrey. Jasmine, okay, so lots of people have not seen it. All right, let me shut the fuck up. Y'all get a load of this shit. Listen, there's gonna be 3 clips total. Mandi and Sean play the clip of the domestic violence victim in court. And then I found, with the help of one of my faithful supporters, subscribers, and viewers, we found 2 follow-up clips. This case actually got a lot of attention. And there was way more to the story. Number 1, the story Mandi and Sean are saying that the girl was a liar and she got thrown in jail by the judge for being a liar and wasting the court's time is absolutely not true. But there's more to it than that. Y'all need to listen to the whole same thing, so please stay. Flint, come on, man, you can do this. You gotta hear this shit.
You're not telling the truth. You have wasted everybody's time and everybody's resources. And when people are working on your bullshit case, somebody's out there getting.
Okay, hey, listen, if you've already heard it and it like really triggers you, I get that. So do this. When the clip starts, mute the stream so you can't hear it. But just keep an eye on the chat and keep an eye on the screen, because I want you to turn the sound back on after the clip's over, and then just watch the 2 clips I play after it. Just y'all know what you need to mute and what you don't. If you've already heard it and you know it's going to trigger you, mute, but keep an eye on the chat. Okay, like we'll even let you know. Okay, it's over, whatever. If you think this is something that might trigger you, just please use your best judgment. It is a woman in front of a judge, and it's a domestic violence victim. Obviously, clearly, that's what it is. That's who she is. That's what's happening, and it is disturbing. So now y'all know I'm about to play it. Just listen.
Getting beat.
And
Someone's out there being abused.
This wasn't a civil case like ours was. This is the criminal court. He was facing. Hold on, let me play it. The sound will come on in a second. Hold on.
RN student, listen to the whole thing. It'll be explained.
I'm very sorry for not attending classes. I've been dealing with some depression. And just a lot.
You guys hear it?
Personal since this happened. My anxiety is like, this is every day for me. It was like, we were trying to separate, and it's like, it's just things were, I don't know. I see what show up to court. I'm just, my anxiety, and I'm just. You think you're gonna have anxiety now? You haven't even seen anxiety. We had a jury.
Okay, so the woman crying and talking is the domestic violence victim who ended up not going to court the day of trial. The second female voice you hear, the one who says you haven't seen anxiety yet, that's the judge. I guess I should have specified since I'm not showing the video. It's a female judge that does this to this domestic violence victim.
6 people there ready to try Mr. who has a prior criminal history of domestic violence. You were required to be there by court order. You disobeyed a court order, knowing that this was not going to turn out well for the state. Knowing, is it true what you told the police? Is it true? Those statements you told to the police on the day of this incident, was it true? The incident that happened on April 2nd, was it true? Then why would you come to testify? They told me originally, I went to the domestic abuse class. I asked them to drop everything. I'm trying to move on with my life. Because
it's not just a domestic. This has been for years. And I tried to move on a couple months ago. And it's just like I don't know. I've moved out. I've tried to move on with my life, and then when I filed for child support last June, it took them an entire year to find him. I don't understand why. And May 1st, I was supposed to be getting my child support so I could go get an apartment, go get a truck up and everything. And when he went to jail for 2 weeks, he lost his job, he lost everything, and I'm like homeless now. I'm living at my parents' house. Everything I was been shut off. I had to sell everything I own. Like, I'm just not in a good place right now. I'm sorry about that.
I did not do anything like that. I hereby find you in contempt of court. I sent you to 3 days in the county jail. Turn around.
Okay, just for context, this is the story that Mandi and Sean dug up on the internet and presented it on their live stream as, I guess, a way to stick it to Trisha. Because, as you know, Trisha has claimed for years, even when Trisha and Sean were still together, Trisha has, her stories never changed. She has the police reports. She has photographs of her injuries. And these are pictures of her injuries and pictures of, her home destroyed by Sean that the police took and included in the police report when he was arrested for domestic violence. These two have done and said literally everything and anything they can think of over the past 5 years to try to discredit Trisha. And this is one of those times. They pull up this story about this domestic violence victim who didn't show up for court the day of her abuser's trial. And this is what happened to the woman when the judge sent the sheriff to bring her in front of her to answer for why she didn't show up to court. And the girl got thrown in jail for 3 days. This is what Mandi and Sean are presenting to the internet. Is see, this is what happens when you're lying about domestic violence. When the truth of the matter is, and I think it was Sonia who found the news story, is that and Sean kept saying, this is what happens when you cry wolf. This is what happens when you cry wolf. This woman didn't cry wolf. This wasn't a matter of this woman made a false report against a man and claimed that he was that he abused her, and come to find out she was lying, as they're trying to say Trisha's done. This man had a history of domestic violence. The issue was never that the woman was discredited or found to have been lying. She didn't show up to court. And that was her tearful explanation to the judge as to why she did not show up for court. And I mean, it's not the same. And it's not even the same story what they're presenting. So long story short, and this was in the news, it was on the internet. The follow-up to this is that judge actually got in trouble with the Florida, whoever's over the whole judiciary in Florida, got in trouble, and she was reprimanded, and she was basically she was disciplined, and she was put on notice that if she treated somebody, especially a domestic violence victim, in that manner again, she would be taken off the bench. Listen.
Please should have shut up. And you should have shut up. I have a 1-year-old son, and I'm trying to take care of him by myself. I'm begging you, please don't.
This is what the hell they played, trying to stick it to Trisha.
What? There you go.
See, they played it. They played that whole fucking clip. Now here's Mandi. See, There you go.
What?
There you go.
See, so that is what.
Hold on, y'all. Because I'm not the only one who missed this part. I mean, no, I caught what they said before they played the clip. What I failed to hear in the clip is where it was said, implied, or even proven that that girl was lying. That's not what I heard. What I heard was a traumatized woman who was obviously in a long-term relationship with somebody who has a prior domestic violence conviction. The judge said that. And I know they were in a long-term relationship because they had a child together. She lost everything, became homeless, had to move in with her parents. Girl, is trying to. I just got a notification 11 seconds ago. MandiATX uploaded a 2-minute, 59-second clip on the Dramatic Pause channel. It's titled "The Beast Has a Bad, No Good, Very Bad Day." Hashtag Truthfully Trisha, word salad of insanity. Mandi has family in town. Like, she's supposed to be like not online right now. She's taking a quote unquote break. That's what they announced on, hold on. That's what they announced on their community tab post over on their channel a couple days ago. Is that they were taking a little break because Mandi has family. Mandi and Sean have family in town. Hold on. Let me go to their channel. Oh, that's. Ding. It's right here. 1 day ago. Hashtag family. See y'all soon. Brief pause. Blessed. Share screen. Look at that. There's Sean at the airport. Welcome to Georgia. Hashtag family. See y'all soon. Brief pause. Hashtag blessed. 1 day ago. Yet 11 seconds ago, I got a notification that Mandi has uploaded to the Dramatic Pause channel. 1 minute ago, the beast has a bad day. No good, very bad day. 3-minute clip. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Oops, wrong one. Is that it? No, this one. Look. What are you doing, girl? I thought you had hashtag family in town. You made a sign for your husband to hold at the airport. Did I see the post you made on Twitter about Pinod? No, I did not. Let me have a look. See, hold on. Oh my God. Hold on. Sorry. Hold on. I want to see what she's posted about Trisha. TT's day goes downhill fast, but she doesn't care, y'all. Look at her. Look at her. She's put, I'm not going to play it, but I'm just going to like scroll through. She's got a screenshot of Truthfully Trisha's community tab post. She's got little graphics. She put a little bird there. Like, what are you doing? A little rainbow. More little graphics, a little bunny. Look at this. Look how much time Mandi puts into editing these little clips. Like, where does she even get this stuff? Look at this. Look at this. Really, Mandi? So, and Mark is still a moron. This is great. I'm so glad you're spending quality time with your hashtag family. Hasn't Trisha not been online lately? Maybe some community posts? Move on, psychopath. God, no shit. She is obsessed. Look at this. Look at this. She's typing words in. Just do a voiceover. We all know it's you. You've had to admit to it. She seems to confuse everyone from her past into one mess of a thought. Like, what is this? Look at that. One of two. Girl, you are all over your husband's ex-wife's social media. This is disturbing. What is this about? Look at this. Bill equals 8-month-long ex fling from 3 years ago. He doesn't consider their fling a relationship. Like, what are you doing? How do you know that? How do you know a damn thing about your husband's ex-wife's relationship from 3 years ago? Look at him trying to figure out where she went. Look at this stalking ass. Can't share exact location means she hasn't gone anywhere. She's in the same town doing the same shit and harassing the same people. Really? Wow, look at her. Look how long she kept that on the screen. Unreal. Look at this. Night night TT. God, this is disturbing, Mandy. This is extremely disturbing. Get help. Jesus, for Christ's sake, Sean, do something. Get some help for your wife or don't. Either way about it. Anyway, I got to go. I will see you guys. What's tomorrow? Friday? Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Sure.